everyone out there in the land of YouTube. Annette Dion, I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. Today's Monday, December 18th, 2023. How you all doing? I have my my fuzzy, snowy looking background here. Let's see what you guys are up to. Boy, it really calmed down around here. There was a big storm. It lasted 24 hours. It was pouring buckets most of the time. Coming down in sheets, I tell you. It was just... I've never seen rain like that in my life. I swear. I think that's just the way it's been. I'm not sure why I didn't lose power. Seems like I would have. Let's see. I posted a video of the waves coming over the sidewalk. That area of Gloucester. Now, I don't think it was high tide, but now it's high tide. Yeah, it wasn't like a full moon high tide or anything. Full moon's next week. So yeah, the winds were really strong, and it's 60 degrees in New England on December 18th, and we had a big storm. Parts of Florida got 7 inches of rain. So let's talk about having people in positions of power that say that climate change is a hoax. It's not a hoax, and it's definitely something that needs to be addressed, and the verdict is out in terms of how it's going to be addressed, whether it's going to be addressed. Coming off a weekend where Donald Trump was in just north of me in New Hampshire, and he's amping up the fascist rhetoric like you can't even believe how much. Schools were closed where Gloria is. You're in Florida, right? That is a snowman under the tree. I'm creating a contrast between this heinous human being going full on fascism and, urging us to hate one another. Don't fall asleep during the show in that comfy chair. The moon is in Pisces today. It's kind of like a sleepy, spacey day. So, I was reminded of 2021. I think it was January 3rd to January 4th, right around that time. It might have been January 4th to January 5th. I've told you about this before. In 2021, when I was driving up to New Hampshire, because I was pretty panicked about what was going on. Psychically, I was picking up on just about everything that was going on in January of 2021 before the insurrection. So I just recall, and I talked about it. I even have a video from that trip in early January of 21. And I was talking about, as I was driving up to New Hampshire, I was passing signs and flags that had pictures of Trump in full on, with assault rifle flags, with Trump looking like Rambo with an assault rifle, as I'm driving up to beautiful New Hampshire. And this was in 21, so I was really dismayed about that. So today I see on the news a clip of somebody interviewing a Trump supporter at the rally in New Hampshire. Trump goes to New Hampshire quite a lot, and these people were saying that they want a dictator. So that has me in a little bit of a funk, that we're actually hearing them say that they want a dictator. It's hard to listen to. It's hard to believe. It's hard to fathom that we have people that are full on, we want a dictatorship. Here's a picture of Trump and his pictures of his heroes. Notice the guy on my right is him in his past life and Hitler. So this is what he's all about. I'm not even as concerned about what Trump loves, being dictatorships. I'm not even so concerned about him loving that as I am about American people wanting fascism. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Thomas. Media wants people in a funk. They're a small gathering that follow him. It's just distressing that there would be people that would want that. It's just distressing that people would want that. It makes us angry. I mean, we can say all we want that, it's not going to happen, and that's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is it's really difficult because we feel like we've evolved and we've come so far, and we want people to do well. We want people to love one another. We want to support people that come here from other countries like our ancestors did. Almost all of our ancestors did, unless you're a Native American. And he's wanting to round up immigrants in concentration camps and, or deport them, or, so it's just, let's clear the energy. Let's take a look at his campaign. Let's take a look at that. Egos and ascension, maybe it feels like the impetus for change through free will. I'm not really understanding that. He married 2 immigrants. I know. It's like, and I said before that what he's doing, because he's such a glutton for attention, like he literally needs attention like the air that we need to breathe. Warren, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about him winning or not winning. I'm talking about what he's stirred up. So I'm going to pull a few cards about this. It's sickening. Thank you, Gloria. That's just what I'm talking. It's sickening. I literally feel sick to my stomach when I see people talking like that and being so hateful, and it does need to be addressed. I mean, we can't really just sit around going, everybody loves one another, when we see people calling for the end of our country that are our fellow citizens, right? Yeah, these types of Americans have always been here. That is true, Damon. But what they didn't have in the past was they didn't have a former the former guy. They didn't have somebody who was in the position of President of the United States going, rah, rah, hate one another, rah, rah, kill one another. They didn't have that. And I told you guys about when I kind of got back on Facebook. I'm somewhat back on Facebook, and I posted something about, 3 years ago, there were big freezer trucks being used as morgues, and so we're better off now, right? It was just a post about that I reposted, and I had some, I don't know, Trumpster troll tell me that, go Trump 2024, and I just responded with a very loving message, kind of tongue-in-cheek. They don't know what they're wishing for. Exactly, Deb. So it was kind of tongue-in-cheek. I was it was kind of like, I hope you and your family have a lovely, holiday. And I actually reacted to the troll with a loving message. I shared that with some of you. And then after that, this troll said, because I mentioned something about a dictatorship, and this troll said, something about wanting a dictatorship. So that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, we're definitely doing a lot. And I'm not negating any of that. I'm just expressing, because I feel like we need to express our distress. The Trump sign was awesome. Oh yeah, I posted something that somebody had, had to do with Trump. Trump 20 to 24 years in prison. Let's just pull 3 cards about where we are at in the United States with the population going for him, like where we're at with it. We're just going to kind of measure it out with the cards. They don't know what they're saying. That's what's distressing. And somebody's saying many trolls are paid, but you know what? We don't know for sure. And when we have people that are in our government that want what Putin wants, and actually, like, they're just, what's amazing is they're just coming out and saying it. Okay, 3 cards about what's going on, and thank you, Joan, for promoting Grassroots of Democracy. This is a big week. This is a good week to kind of rest up for the year that's coming. This week and next week. Good time to rest up for what's coming in 2024. They really do need deprogramming. I completely agree. 3 cards about what's going on with this movement. With this pro-fascist movement. Well, this is exactly what I was just telling you guys. The 4 of Swords is like we have a need to kind of regroup, re-up our energy. There's a need for us collectively. There is such a thing as, what do we call it? The exhausted majority. Okay, so the exhausted majority, the people that are pushing for fascists want to feel beat down. We have to rest. We have to rest. It doesn't mean don't do any work at all, but we need to recharge our batteries. It's like when you plug your cell phone in, because it won't keep going unless you plug it in. So this is the 4 of Swords telling us we need to kind of retract. We're in a Mercury retrograde time right now. We need to retract. We need to figure out ways to build up our energies, to build up our momentum, to plan strategies for saving our democracy. The next 2 weeks are a good time for that. Mercury doesn't go direct until I can't see it right now, but anyway, I have a show with Kathy Beale tomorrow at 3. We're live streaming at 3, so we'll check with her about the astrology. But this is a good time. It's going into the winter solstice time where we have to do what we need to do to recharge our batteries and get geared up. You know, kind of like gas up. It goes direct in mid-January. Okay, mid-January? It can't be mid-January. It's got to be at the beginning of January. Oh, I don't have my new calendar up yet. So the 4 of Swords is, you know, we need to rest up. We need to recharge. So do that. And I want to reiterate, too. Thank you, Lois. I want to reiterate my warning about the massive amounts of viruses that are going to be going around this winter. I know we're going to the holiday parties and we're getting ready to have dinners with large groups of people. And the last time that happened, my mom got really sick with a virus. She's better now. Thank you for all your good vibes around that. And I need some good dad jokes on Mondays. That's funny. So this is the world. I kind of feel like these cards are about the next 2 weeks, even though I'm reading on how the whole Trump movement is going. We need a little respite from it. The South has a lot of COVID. I just feel there's going to be a lot of viruses. Ron Filipkowski says that Stefanik will be Trump's VP. Let me tell you something about that. I can't see Trump on the ballot, and I'll read about that tonight too. I can't see him on the ballot. I try to see it, and I just can't see it psychically. On the world stage, Joe Biden's looking really good. So we have the rest of the world rooting for us. And don't think for 1 second that when people in other countries, and thank you if you're tuning in from another country. I know we have some watchers from Australia here. So Mercury goes direct on the 2nd. Yeah, it's early in January. it feels like the energy of the rest of the world is going to be helpful to us when it comes to this whole Trump campaign movement and all that. Something about the rest of the world. I'm getting a sense that world history is going to play a part with this whole Trump campaign. This is going to highlight what happened in the past with fascism. Not to everyone, but to a lot of people that just need to be reminded of what it is. So I actually do see support from the rest of the world, and I do see people in America waking up to, oh, this is the same thing that happened with Hitler. Oh, this is the same thing that happened with Mussolini. Which bear is the most condescending? You guys are great. I don't know. Which bear is the most condescending? I actually think it's going to make people in general, not the people that are way, way far down the rabbit hole into the cult, but I feel like it's going to make more people, because when was the last time really in your life that people in America were going, oh yeah, remember fascism? Oh yeah, remember Mussolini? Oh yeah, remember? Because we didn't really start talking about that time in history as a whole population, you know, as much as we are now, until Trump started saying lines that were right out of Hitler's playbook. Trump doesn't look good, very pale and sweating. He also has long COVID. So it's interesting. And Rachel Maddow's Ultra really did a deep dive, that podcast did a deep dive into when fascism came to America during the reign of Hitler. When there were people in America that became Nazis, they were like Hitler wannabes. So we're kind of looking at the history of the world right now. Do you like my lights? I'm trying to bring it up. You like my, I had to put the elves behind me. You can barely see them, but Democracy Elf kept falling off. But, well, you know, the elf moves around, so he'll be in a different spot next time. Warren, we have over 200 in the chat. Thank you. Nice lights. I do my best. It's time for a group hug. I do what I can. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. Let's hold each other up. We can save democracy. We're all in. Doesn't have to be every single person in the population, but we have enough people. What about that bear? I don't know. What's the answer to the joke? Hugs. You gotta give me the answer. I can't guess. I'm in my psychic brain. I can't go through what kind of bear. You gotta tell us. Yes, people need to study history, but I actually see from the cards there that this movement, this crazy fascist movement of Trump's, a panda, a pandum, a pandum. I got lost, Damon. Sorry. People will start to say, well, you know, for example, Trump is up there going, socialists and Marxists and, you know, saying all this stuff. And it's like, do these people even know what that is? Oh, Paul's cat Tiger passed away. I feel like your cat is around you energetically, that your cat is still, you know. Sorry, that's hard. Losing a pet is like losing a family member, because it is a family member. Send our friend Paul some light right now. It's hard to lose a pet. Damon is our chat comedian, Damon and Thomas. Let's take a look at how the media is doing. How the media is doing. How... This is what I actually want to ask. How's Fox doing? Why don't Christmas trees like to knit because they always drop their needles. Ah, good one. I like that. I have a festive bow too. Let's do the festive bow. There. It's even better. We're bringing it up. We're bringing it up. I'm sorry. I love America. We love America. We love democracy. We love seeing people being taken care of and doing well. And, you know, we love that our country is doing better. You know, we want other countries to do well too, but we love that Joe Biden is knocking it out of the park, creating jobs, making sure that people have their prescription medication, making sure that bridges and roads get fixed, making sure that people have a place to go when they need a place to go in terms of, you know, if you're in a crisis. Joe Biden, I mean, this is a great country. Oh yeah, and that's right. There was a car crash on Biden's motorcade. I think that person was drunk. I do. But we can take a look at that too. So it's distressing. It's distressing when you see people bashing Joe Biden, you know, for his age, and it's distressing when you see what they're doing to Hunter Biden. It's distressing to see in America what happens in Russia. And, you know, just on the topic of Russia, I'll bring it up in a sec, I promise. They said the guy was drunk. They hit the motorcade. Makes sense to me. Don't drink and drive. People for some time had been asking me to read on Alexei Navalny. And I never wanted to read on Navalny because I felt a bad end. So when people are going all pro-Putin and you think of something like that, apparently the news out of Russia is Navalny was taken away from the prison he was in to an undisclosed place and nobody knows what happened to him. That's what's really important for us to realize. The mainstream media bashed Biden today again. What station? Yeah, don't drink and drive, people. Holy cow. Don't drink on an empty stomach. So with the Biden administration, I mean, I want you all to know that I'm optimistic about the Biden administration. I'm optimistic about the position that Biden's in. And I'm gonna pull 3 cards. I'm optimistic about what he's doing for the country, and I'm optimistic that people will notice. People, especially the swing voters, will notice. NBC is horrible. NBC is horrible, and CBS is quite horrible too. The only media that I trust that's somewhat is MSNBC. But being a psychic, I feel like I know when they're exaggerating or lying. Evelyn saying maybe he escaped. Why do you think I didn't want to read on Navalny? Let's see. As far as, okay, so this, I'm just asking about the Biden administration. Will people notice? We are sincerely I get this all the time. We're missing an opportunity to do huge messaging right now. Hey, Marge. Yeah, Marge is saying, I love Biden. I feel like he's like a father taking care of us. That's true. Well, here's the thing. What the Biden administration is up against is big corporate. The news media mainstream is owned by 5 or 6 major corporations. That would be CBS and NBC also. And so they're told to lean into what's going to make the rich people richer. Right? That's what the mainstream media is, you know, that's what they're doing. Remember, Brian, is it Seltzer? I can never say his last name. He had a show, an opinion show on CNN. Stetler, I think. And they fired him because he had an opinion. That's what the Biden administration is up against. We need to get very aggressive with the messaging. I do get that the Biden administration is getting money pouring into their coffers, by the way. There's certain things that the Biden administration can't do anything about. For instance, the fascists going after Biden with an impeachment inquiry, the fascists going after Hunter Biden with, this ridiculousness. So, yeah, the problems in the Middle East and is really hurting. It's the fascist Republicans are really. Yeah, well, the aid, I'm talking to Dwight, the aid for Ukraine and the Middle East is kind of in the same package. Mehdi Hassan was booted, Ali Velshi was booted, but he fills in. So that's what the Biden administration is up against. There's nothing they can do about certain things. It's up to the people. Netanyahu is going to be arrested eventually. I've been saying that for months and months. Before all this drama, I just saw him being arrested. But back to the Biden administration. It's up to the American people. It's up to like pro-democracy channels like this one and Midas Touch and Brian Tyler Cohen, and you guys have to help me grow my channel so I can reach more people with the news. Because I'm not afraid to share my opinion, as you all know. Quite well. Somebody's got to do it. When Russia Today is using Republicans. Yeah, and the Republicans are coming right out and saying it, that they want Putin. They want Putin. They want a murderer. Yeah, Midas Touch does do a great job reading letters from former Republicans that have left the party. The Knight of Coins. So this is about the money coming into the Biden administration. Contribute to the Biden administration. How many Putins do we... Marge is asking, how many Putins do I think we've gone through so far? I'm getting like... Well, see, they mix them up. I'm getting like... Since Trump threw our intelligence under the bus in Helsinki, that Putin is no longer with us. I feel like there's been 6 or 7 since that time. And remember, that binder that's missing has the information about Russia, the role that Russia played in meddling with the election in 2016. It's hard when you have traitors in our government. Insurrectionist traitors in our government. You're heading to the Russian border this Friday? Are you really? What are you talking about? Damon, are you kidding or is that for real? So this is the money from the donors, from the American people, that's going to help the Biden administration substantially. These cards are saying that there's only so much the Biden administration can do. It's up to us to do the rest. You really are? You going to the Russian border? What are you doing there? You don't have to tell me if it's personal. You keep hearing they will find that folder. Oh yeah, well I read on that. You're serious? Damon is serious as Trump is serious as the fact that Trump is 300 pounds. He probably is. Oh, you have family in Estonia. Okay. All right, well, be safe. I think you'll be totally fine, Damon. AI will not give you any Putin dad jokes. Are you joking? Is that a joke? That kind of feels like a joke. Tell you that information on the binder is on a memory stick. Please tell you that. Is the information... I don't get that it is. And is the information in the binder on a memory stick? No, I don't get that it is. Julie says Trump is way over 300 pounds. You guys, I've lost my way. What was I going to read on? Hang on. Be patient. 60 degrees. It's warm in here. 60 degrees on December 18th. Flooding everywhere. Oh my goodness. Moon in Pisces. It's a good time to meditate. If one more person asks me about Ivana's coffin, the binder's not in Ivana's coffin. When I read on it on Friday, I got the, oh, thank you, Catherine. Where's my bell? You get the Santa bell. Thank you. The binder, Mark Meadows knows where the binder is. Were you here on Friday? I felt like it was in a, under lock and key in some kind of a storage unit. Okay. Let's read on the binder right now. Yeah, I feel, yes. And were you guys here on Friday? Because I did read on that because the news had just come out. Has it been duplicated? I get yes that it's been duplicated. Not that many times. Mark wants blanket immunity, but Mark Meadows, something, what was it? Mark Meadows, something didn't work in his favor. Wasn't it that, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark Meadows is not able to take his case to the federal court out of Fulton County? I think that was it. Okay, you weren't here on Friday. So what I said about the binder was I felt like it was under lock and key. It was in some kind of a storage space. It felt like it was amongst a lot of stuff, and that Mark Meadows knows. Yeah, he wanted to move the Fulton County case, Mark Meadows, to federal court, and he needs to go to Guantanamo Bay. And he lost. Yeah, he lost. Did I hear what Adam Kinzinger said about Trump, that Trump stinks? You mean physically stinks? I said the same about Ted Cruz. Yes, so Mark Meadows got denied to move the case to federal. Yeah, good. I mean, there are some good things happening in the face of, justice. It's just so distressing that we're wasting so much time and resources that are needed for other things. I'm reading on the binder. I didn't hear any news about that today. People are saying that Trump physically stinks. Yeah. And, don't take offense if you're a meat eater, but when you eat meat all the time for every meal, you smell like what you eat. Where's the binder? The high priestess is here, hiding the binder. The Three of Coins, the DOJ is building a case. When they find out, it's going to happen quickly. It's going to be like, well, there it is. They will find it. They will find it. But the High Priestess indicates that they're trying to keep it a secret right now. And I think on Friday, I'll have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure on Friday I said that I saw Mark Meadows giving up the dirt about where it is in hopes of a lesser charge. Well, it kind of makes sense now that he didn't get to move his court case to federal court. No, it's not at Mar-a-Lago. No. Trump sweats burger grease. He does. You are what you eat. Damon, I think you're going to have a wonderful time, by the way, on your trip. I do see that. Let's ask this. I have asked this before and I got a yes. Is Mark Meadows going to serve time in prison? Yes. He's going to prison. He's going to prison. I'm going to read about Trump's Trump's cutting up his suit. If you buy 47 NFT cards from Trump, I'm sorry, I just can't even believe this is where we are. If you buy 47 NFT cards from Trump, thank you so much for that big donation. Thank you. you get a piece of his suit that he posed for a mugshot in. I'm going to... Most people don't have $400 lying around to buy postcards. I don't know how much they are. I don't know how much those postcards are. Those NFT cards. Whatever the heck they are. I don't know. They're supposed to increase in value or something. And you guys are like saying that he stinks. So you'd get a stinky piece of cloth from his suit that he wore for his mugshot. What an ugly, ugly, ugly mugshot. I think it distresses me more than anything that people that are so far gone that they'd wear a t-shirt with that ugly, ugly picture on it. That donation deserves a dance. I did a little dance. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm going to pull 3 cards. No, I don't get that. I do not get that the binder is at Mar-a-Lago. Trump's NFTs cost $99 a piece. I'm pulling 3 cards about how that's going to go. I mean, how that little, boy, that's, talk about grasping at straws for money. You guys, I'll cut up this blanket and I'll mail a piece to you. I'll mail a piece of this blanket to you. I'll cut it up and I'll mail a piece because, you know, this is my cozy blanket. And I'll mail it to you with a tarot card and it will cost you $99. What do you think? What do you think? All right, 3 cards about how that's going to go. I can't believe people are that stupid either. That's what's distressing me. Stupid and hateful. My goodness. The death card came up. So I'm asking about how that's going to go. How Trump's campaign of selling these NFT cards with a piece of his suit, how that's going to go. And I have the death card. Was it something I said, Dr. Nancy? The 6 of Wands, this is about January 6th, and this is about the King of Swords. He's going to keep on keeping on with the hateful speech, hoping that what Trump is hoping for is the people that are most hateful are going, he's banking on the most hateful people being his bank. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when people just go by, I'm done, it feels weird to me. Because you can just go. The death card, it's not going to really give him what he wants. And the King of Swords is he's just going to keep pushing and pushing on the people that are most hateful to fund him. And the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, he's going to keep on, you know how he would say Russia, Russia, Russia? He's going to keep on with his things that the phrases that he says and the words that he says over and over and over again. He's going to keep on with that. That's all he's got. You have to qualify to buy 47 cards to qualify to buy the card with the piece of the suit. So weird. Please hit the thumbs up. Time for another group hug? We can do that. So a lot of people are suffering today from the flooding and destruction. The volcano just erupted in Iceland. Yeah, there's a lot happening. I'm really grateful that we're here to support each other. There's just a lot happening. Okay, Warren called for another group hug. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. Okay, thank you. That's it. 2 is max. 2 is it. 2 is our limit. Yes, if you want to hit the thumbs up twice, I think you can hit the thumbs up from a different device. I've done that on Midas Touch. Thank you. Hi, Sylvia. Hugs! Let's go to the Rider-Waite just for the fun of it. Yeah, so there's a lot. The earth is shifting. And I said the earth would shift and we'd see lots of earthquakes in 23. Sometimes I get the year wrong. And I'm going to do a video. I'll probably pre-record it. I'll do a video with my predictions for 2024 also. I always do that. Okay, so let's ask about the Middle East and Netanyahu. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate that. We're going to I'm going to pick 3 cards about Netanyahu's fate. What is Netanyahu's fate? You know, after this attack. By the way, speaking of Netanyahu, remember when I said that I felt like Netanyahu knew about the attack that was coming on October 7th? I nearly fell off my chair when I saw the news report that actually, you know, several weeks later, after I'd said that, because I really saw it. I saw that Netanyahu knew. I saw threads indirectly connected to the former guy for entertainment purposes only. And, boy, he's a nefarious dude. He's a nefarious dude. He's really a bad person. So what his fate is, he's getting funded. Netanyahu is getting funded. I see a Russian connection with Netanyahu. Entertainment purposes only. I do see aid getting to the people in the Middle East. I do see aid getting there. I just see Netanyahu getting money. Evil empires connecting for power. Dancing Warrior is saying, that's what I'm picking up. So initially, I'm picking up Iran, I'm picking up Russia, but I'm also picking up on the truth coming out. And then I'm seeing the World Court. I'm seeing the World Court. We have a little bit of a ways to go with these wars before we see a way forward. Yeah. Yeah, when I read on Netanyahu weeks ago, before October 7th, before October 7th, I saw that he was committing these heinous crimes, and I saw him in handcuffs. But then after October 7th happened, I did see that he had known all along. Oh, is Nova Scotia getting hit with that storm? It was massive. That was a massive storm. I know a lot of people are suffering from that storm right now. Hello, Colorful Foresight. I'm going to pull 3 more cards about, because that felt like the initial, like what's happening right now with Netanyahu. He's getting money. It feels like Iran. It feels like Russia. There's some connections there. So that's kind of phase 1. And I'm going to, WJ is saying the problem with Americans is they have short memories. That is true. We can get to that. I'm going to end right at 8 tonight Eastern time because I want to watch Midas Touch. Yeah, Netanyahu's a bad dude. Okay, now I see new leadership in Israel. The people, I know this is hard to fathom, but I feel like people are going to rise up. I don't know how that's going to happen in the Middle East it might not be people from the Middle East, but it feels like the collective energy is going to put an end to this war, and there's a celebration here. So let's hope that that's going to be sooner rather than later. Elizabeth is saying, I see Bibi, Putin, Trump, Orban, and Erdogan. I can never say that. Erdogan. In it together. Yes, I do too. It's very distressing. You think John's son might have been involved? And then we have these Putin Republicans that don't want to give aid to these people. Let's see how they're going to do. Let's see how that's going to go. Time for tea. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the fate of the Putin Republicans. We only have 2 seats to go before, or maybe it's 3. Check me on that. Before the Democrats take over the House. They're right here. Cheryl's asking about the tea leaves. I think it's either 2 or 3. Colorful Foresight is getting that Putin's going to get a surprise that he didn't expect. I still do see Ukraine being stronger. I do. We'll read on the Putin Republicans first. Going into 2024, what's their fate? Because I'm thinking that they're going to lose the House. And everybody visualize those fascist Republicans losing the House. Because when that happens, we are in really good shape. Hi, Irene from Australia. What time is it in Australia? I'm always curious about that. The fate of the Putin Republicans. The start of 2024. I have the Tower card and a change of fortune for them. Change of fortune coming from the DOJ. I actually get that there's so much information right on the surface, right in everybody's faces, that they cannot deny it. Just like the glaringly obvious display clown hearings where they're coming out. Yes, Joe Biden, we were going to do an impeachment inquiry. Well, what did he do? Well, what did Joe Biden do? We don't have any evidence of anything. And we are going to read on MAGA Mike Johnson. It's Tuesday? In Australia, it's Tuesday. I know it's the next day. I was just wondering what time of the day. You don't have to tell me. I was just curious. All right. Well, that was good. How many Republicans have to lose their seat before the Democrats are leading in the House of Representatives? I think it's like 2 more, and it might be 3 more, but if anybody knows for sure, just put up 3. Okay. Visualize it! Everybody! Which reminds me, 20 on Tuesdays is tomorrow. We do really good energy work at that meeting. grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Yeah, it's 2 or 3. Warren is saying 3. 3 Republicans have to lose their seats. Gates is next, Jim and MTG. Let's see if that's accurate. Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz. I do see Matt Gaetz being ousted, and I see Kevin McCarthy behind the scenes making sure of it. It's good for something. Are those 3 going to lose their seats? Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan, and Matt Gaetz. Those 3. Are those 3 going to lose their seats? I'm getting a yes on that. I was really working hard on not affecting the pendulum. I was really like, I'm not, no. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about it just to, double check. Gates, Jordan, and MTG. Jim Jordan does look like death warmed over. He looks like he doesn't sleep. And those guys, they can wear makeup and everything to cover up. Like Trump can wear makeup. Well, he does. I don't know what kind of awful makeup that Trump wears, but they can cover it up, right? But when they still look like crap, it's bad. It's going to be a little bit of a you-know-what show when they're about to be held accountable. but it's going to push us, you know, very slowly. It's like pushing a peanut up a hill, you know, with your nose. But MTG Gates and Jim Jordan they're on their way out. They're trying to hang on and stay, but they can't. There's a lot of resources going towards ousting them. A lot of resources going towards ousting them. So that's what I have there. Let me do 3 community cards. I'm going to read some tea leaves, and I'm going to tell you what I'm up to. Okay? Hang on. I just dropped a card. So let's do 3 community cards. Diana needs a reading. Well, I just go to psychicannetteDion.com and book it. Yes, I do agree with you that the Bobert's going too. I don't see the orange disease on the ballot. Yes, I don't see the orange. All right, let's ask. Is MTG going? Is she going too? Yes, she's definitely going. People are getting mad. You know, people that are paying attention are quite angry. We'll have a new speaker early next year, Jeffries. Okay, let's see. Well, yes, you know, I told you guys that I called it for this past spring or early in the year that Hakeem Jeffries will be Speaker of the House. Is Andy Biggs Congress? I'm not sure. Clay Higgins needs to go. Boy, there are no words to describe how I feel towards Clay Higgins. So I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, the ghost bus guy. Thanks, Joan. I'm going to pull 3 community cards. 3 community cards to tie us over till Wednesday. Rein in your emotions as much as you possibly can. If you're freaking out, there's a lot going on the planet right now. There's a lot. Let's save Ken Paxton for Wednesday, okay? Too much grossness to get into right now. Andy Biggs is in the House. Congress is the Senate in the House. Okay. Hakeem. Yeah, all those people are going to get in trouble. They are. Don't you worry your little head. Anyway, community cards. Make sure you check in with yourself, and if you're feeling stressed, just take a deep breath in, hold the breath, and a longer exhalation out until you calm down. That's what I want to tell you. Don't worry. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Don't worry. Enjoy the downtime of the last 2 weeks of the year. The last 2 weeks of the year and the last week, in the course of the year, for me, the last week of August is just like, I don't expect to get anything done. And the last 2 weeks of December, I really don't expect to get anything done. Really. I mean, it's a time to just kind of hang out and just kick your feet up. I don't do Christmas shopping or anything. So, you know, we had our winter solstice celebration yesterday. I might bake some cookies. I might make some manicotti. Damon, where are you? So the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like the women are rising up. Stay involved. Definitely stay involved. We still have Grassroots of Democracy meetings except for Saturday. But the justice is coming. Just keep visualizing it. Thank you, Marge. Belated happy birthday. It was December 9th. I'll read the tea leaves after I do my quick commercial. My quick commercial goes like this. Wait, I have a whiteboard. Here, looky here. And look how clever I am. If you scan this and I'll hold it up, I think it'll work. It takes you to my website, psychicannetteDion.com if you want to type it in. PSYCHIC, Psychic Annette Dion. On December 23rd, we are not having our Grassroots of Democracy Saturday meeting. Share my recipe for manicotti. I can't do that. Actually, you can look it up online. Sometimes I do, just to get the proportions right. December 23rd, on this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am doing a fundraiser for my YouTube channel. Because I don't make a lot of money doing this. Hardly at all. I'm reading Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. It's going to be good. The whole entire story. So tune in, tell your friends. You know, it's going to be like old-fashioned radio shows, but it's going to be live streamed on YouTube. I'm going to read. I'm going to be in costume. I'm going to read Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol to you all, like you're all gathered around so that you can hear me read the story. It's a very spiritual story. On Christmas Eve, Church of Spirituality, I'm having a Christmas Eve vigil December 24th, and that's going to be at 10 p.m. Christmas Day, 12 noon on December 25th. So I am doing a church services for a Church of Spirituality. Did I spell that right? It looks funny backwards. Every week I do a church here, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not watching Church of Spirituality, you're missing an opportunity to make your life work better. Become a member, receive daily affirmations in your inbox. They're awesome, an awesome way to start the day. And as I said, to book a reading, it's psychic.AnnetteDion.com. So if it's easier, just scan it. And we'll take a look at some tea leaves, and then we'll go and reconvene at Grassroots of Democracy. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to join us for our meeting tomorrow night. And I'm going to read some tea leaves, and then we'll go. One thing I always forget to ask you to do is to subscribe if you haven't already. And I often forget to say, please hit the thumbs up, because I'm really bad at promoting myself. So if you can help me out, I really would appreciate that. Okay. We have everything going on in Jupiter and Venus. Wow, that's weird. Everything just gathered around that side. There's a fish or a bird. Actually, that looks like, well, we're in the sign of Pisces right now. We'll go with that it's a fish. And a fish is a sign of abundance. This looks like, I'm going to say things that look scary coming up, but the guides are saying it's all in the way you look at it. Like, for example, let me put it this way. Oh, thank you for giving me all those thumbs up, Marge. It's interesting that the tea leaves ended up in Venus, where Venus is and where Jupiter is. Let me mention it like this. We have Trump, who's doing the worst possible thing he could be doing in order to get reelected, for one thing, right? And because it's so glaringly obvious, and it will be to so many people, he's working against himself. The whole thing looks like a Christmas tree, does it? It kind of does, yeah. So there are big things happening that'll make what's going on, the truth, very, very, very clear. And we're going to see a lot more of that. When things happen, it's going to make things even clearer. And the sun, there's like a bow tie where the sun is. See that? And that's kind of about, you know, remember your gifts and use them. Use them to save our democracy. And here we have a martini glass with a bouquet coming out of it. Don't forget to celebrate. Yeah, and everyone's seeing a Christmas tree, so yeah, I do see the Christmas tree. Focus on this time of year being a time of light and sacred holiness and love and kindness, and as we focus more and more on that, the world is going to become a much better place, and this country will be better. Just know that what you put your mental attention on increases. So keep that in mind. Watch Church of Spirituality from yesterday. It was a really, really great service. Psychic.AnnetteDion.com to book a reading. And also, the lunar calendars, I didn't get my niece didn't mail me the 2024 one, but there's lunar calendars available on my website too. Let me hold it up one more time. Let me do this. Hold it still. And you can order a lunar calendar there. That's a really great stocking stuffer. And I'm ending it right at 1 hour. I love you guys. I'll see you at Grassroots tomorrow night or on Wednesday. Namaste. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share. And have a great night. See you soon.